What is going on, Cancer placements? This is your North Node reading. So for those of you that have North Node as in Cancer, this reading is for you. So this is for the remainder of 2024. So keep in mind, as always, my readings are general in nature, meaning they're not going to resonate with all of you, nor are they meant to. So please take what seems to apply, leave the rest behind, as well as something to consider. For those that this may be new information, others, this is a reminder that the real new year isn't till March 20th. So we actually have way more time to plan, to plant seeds, to, get things in alignment that we want moving forward. But now is really not the time. That's why a lot of people, their New Year's resolutions either fall off, they don't ever come to fruition, or they don't keep up with them because it's the same essentially as planting seeds in snow. They're not going to grow in that environment. So it's just a matter of waiting for the right season. Okay. So, looking at the bottoms of your decks, Cancer, that I've used for you, some of you, I feel like maybe going through a breakup at this time. It feels like I'm talking to two different groups of you immediately. Some of you have recently gone through a breakup, a divorce of some sort, some type of ending of some type of dynamic that you've been in. Others of you, this is what you're gonna be coming into, or you're gonna be like a situation you're gonna be up against, meaning a decision that some of you are gonna need to make from this period going into the new year, from whenever you see this till the real new year, which like I said is March 20th. That, this could be something that either you're already experiencing, like you've gone through this, you're just kind of like getting, like, just gone through a breakup of some sort of divorce or whatever. Others of you, this is something that may happen during this period. Okay. Or like I said, something that you are being asked to consider as to really step into your purpose, which is what your North Node energy is about. It's your purpose in this lifetime, what we're essentially striving to be, to go towards, to, our destined path to move towards, the energy to embody going forward. Okay. Whatever your opposing sign is, your South Node, that is the energy that you're essentially being guided to leave behind in this lifetime, meaning it's comfortable to you. You're pretty much like a master at that. It's familiar. This is about, your North Node is about stepping out of that familiarity, out of your comfort zone, and doing something that may be different than what you're used to. Okay. So what it feels like though is that, however this, applies, um, some of you are either, like I said, have already done this, or this is something that is going to be coming up for you in order to step into your North Node. Is it feels like some of you are really coming into this energy of maybe either feeling rejected by someone, or you're being asked to leave someone alone, basically. And it feels like this person could be definitely someone who is essentially like a breadwinner, maybe someone who pays the bill, someone who provides, the home, they provide stability for you in some way. Okay. And it feels like it could definitely be in the form of a connection, of a relationship. Now, um, it feels like this person, and why maybe some of you are either have left them or being, going to be coming into the energy of needing to decide whether or not you're going to stay, is because it feels like this person is maybe in secret competition with you. Okay, where this person is maybe challenging you in ways that are unnecessary, or that, kind of beat you down energetically, emotionally, making it difficult for you to even trust how you feel, trust what, trust your own intuition, by way of competing with you, by way of making you doubt yourself, making you, scared that if you leave, you won't do any better, or that you won't find anyone better. Like, things like that, to essentially keep you stuck, keep you trapped, keep you bound, keep you, the same, essentially, right? So only you can determine what that energy is for you. For some of you, it's your own fears, your own insecurities that were maybe projected onto you from a past situation, or, as a child, things like that. So whatever that is for you, make sure that you're doing your best with listening to what your intuition is telling you. That's part of your purpose, is by trusting, learning how to trust what you can't see, meaning that if your intuition is telling you something, and even if you don't have physical tangible evidence yet to prove it, to listen to it, to pay attention to it, because you're not always going to have the physical tangible evidence or proof to prove, a decision that you're being guided to make. But that's again where it comes in, why it's important to listen to it when it comes in. And also, part of those of you that have Cancer as your North Node, that is part of what you're being asked to step into, is to learning how to identify your intuition when it's speaking to you, and then listen, like heeding the call, the guidance of, the messages that you receive, and what you do with it, moving and responding accordingly. Okay. Some of you have been really working hard at, working hard at your North Node, maybe putting in a lot of effort, Maybe it feels like some of you are kind of efforting, right? Really just doing a lot, and it may be kind of wearing you down, where some of you are being asked right now to just relax, kind of take a step back, take a nap. Some of you may literally need to take a nap. Others of you, this is more so just about allowing yourself to to rest, reset, recharge, recalibrate your energy, and listening to yourself when you receive those, that call, that guidance from your higher self to take a break. Make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're honoring that. Okay. Some of you either do yoga and it's something you haven't been doing in quite some time. Others of you, this is something maybe you've been considering, a modality of healing, of regulating your nervous system, restoring balance in your life, especially energetically speaking, which literally affects everything that we experience. It starts energetically first. It feels like some of you may really benefit by getting into yoga, adapting some yoga practices, things like that. If it's something that maybe, like I said, you used to do and maybe you've gotten out of, this is your indication that it would benefit you at this time to get back into it. Okay, because it not only helps restore and recharge your energy, it helps release energy, it helps release stagnant energy, but it also helps move your body, helps with your circulation, like so many beneficial reasons that yoga would be a good practice to either, like I said, get back into or adopt if it's something you're not really used to doing, because it also releases pent up emotions and negative energies that have been stagnating and just sitting in our body far too long, that will eventually turn into some type of dis-ease ailment condition that we experience physically, right? But it all starts energetically. So for those of you that don't want that to be the outcome, this is your indication that we need to start taking better care of ourselves, meaning taking a nap. Don't burn yourself out, making sure you're getting proper rest, making sure that you're giving yourself that space and grace to relax. As much as hard as I know cancers can work, right? This is still allowing yourself to relax when you need to, let yourself recharge, let yourself recalibrate, so you have the energy you need to put it where it needs it. Okay, so get into your theme cards. So first card out we have is by the book, card 11. Okay, so this is about um doing things by the book, meaning not taking shortcuts. Okay, this is about the wisdom that you're gaining at this time, the knowledge, there's a learning, there's things to learn at wherever you're at right now in your north node journey, or wherever you're at as it pertains to your purpose. There are things that you're learning right now, and it's really important for you guys to do things, go about things the right way, and not try to bypass your healing or bypass whatever you feel is challenging you at this time. It's really important for you guys to really do things step by step, and go through the process the correct way, instead of trying to maybe shortcut it or fast track it to hurry up and get past it. You're not going to learn what you need to learn. You're not going to really, and especially too, being Cancer North Node, it's a really watery sign. It's really emotional. It can be emotional. Some of you have maybe shut down your emotions. Some of you have maybe put your emotions aside, or deemed that they're not worthy, or they don't matter, or whatever. And that's where some of you are really being asked to really look at what it is that you're to gain through allowing yourself to feel, right? Allowing those emotions to come up. What is it trying to teach you? How is it helping you essentially grow? Okay, how is it shaping you into this higher wisdom being that you're becoming, right? That teaches things, that helps other people, right? But the elephant is also about the energy of not forgetting, meaning that there's something to learn with the people that have hurt you, or the people that have rejected you. Experiences maybe where you felt rejected, whether it's all essentially teaching you or asking you to look at, if you're, especially if that rejection part makes sense for you or resonates, where have you rejected yourself? Because essentially when other people reject us, it's only showing us, mirroring back to us that there's a part of you that is rejecting yourself. That's why it's being reflected back to you through someone else. And by way of allowing yourself to see that for what it is, there's growth that can take place there. It doesn't mean that by allowing yourself to forgive someone, if that's what you're guided to do, that you give them a pass. It doesn't mean that you let them back in your life, but it acknowledges that I'm growing by allowing myself to forgive but not forget. Okay, I won't forget what they've done to me, but I allow myself to forgive because there's growth in that. That's what some of you are being asked to do, is by teaching others how to grow through what you go through, by way of forgiving yourself, as well as the roles that other people played in that experience, because you learned so much, it taught you so much, there's so much wisdom here to gain from those experiences. Okay, as difficult as it might be, that's part of our purpose though. Okay, it's way bigger than this, just this 3D version of us that we live by and live through every day. Okay. So we also have card number 9. So 11, 9, 9, 11. So that date may be of significance to you. So some of you, if this is like, if you're finding yourself being constantly triggered by someone, being irritated by someone, being upset, made upset by someone, again, there's something that some of you are being asked to learn. There's something that is that's trying to teach you. Okay, whether it's moderation, whether it's balance, whether it's detachment. Okay, if someone's constantly triggering you on purpose, where they know that you're still healing from that, they know it bothers you. It's not only an opportunity for you to identify why it bothers you so much, but it's also an opportunity for you to learn when is enough enough. When do I decide that I'm no longer going to allow this person to live refront in my mind, or I'm no longer going to allow this person to purposely, poke the bear, and then get mad when they get sprayed with bear spray. You see what I'm saying? It's like there's something with that as well. Okay. For you to learn again how to regulate your nervous system, where to place your emotions properly, when to express them, but also when to hold them back. There's a lot, it feels like, wisdom that could be gained here at this time, but it's like this need to go through the process. Give yourself space and grace to detach when it's necessary, but still allow yourself to learn what it is that you're being taught at this time. Okay. And then we have reassess. So reassess says you're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Notice who and what bring you joy and who and what don't. It's time for some cleanup, life cleanup. Okay. So that's again where, like I said, some of you have been, holding on to a connection or staying in a connection that you've outgrown, isn't for you. But maybe some of you, like I said, by way of comfort, right? Or maybe because of how you feel about them, it's made it difficult to leave. It's made it difficult to detach. It's made it difficult to separate this person or get a divorce from this person. But some of you are really being asked to maybe sleep on it, especially if you're kind of like really, you really don't know what to do or which way to go. Maybe stop thinking about it for a while, give yourself a break, and recalibrate your energy. And then when you come back to it, right, because it's still going to be there waiting for you, but when you come back to it, you're able to see it from a more clearer perspective. You're able maybe to see solutions within the situation that maybe you couldn't see before. Okay, but you're going to need to give yourself time to, you know it's necessary to detach from the situation for a little while, to let let that information come in. So if you haven't been meditating, maybe try meditation. Okay. Grounding, getting outside, getting in nature. I get it, it's cold outside nowadays, I completely understand, but wherever you can, right, find grounding. Put your feet on the ground, even if it's in like a garage or something where you can just put your feet on the on the cold ground. Do that. Okay. So let's get into your first question, which is, how's your North Node journey been for you up until this point? So we had two, well, original cards, and then the black ones are clarifiers. So we have the Knight of Wands, okay, which is clarified by the Two of Cups. Interesting. So some of you, it feels like, have been putting more of your energy into a relationship, into maybe your connections, more than you have been on your actual North Node, maybe on your actual purpose. Okay. It feels like some of you, that's again why maybe some of you are feeling conflicted, is because you realize that, like, I've been working so hard on my relationship and not on what, maybe how my relationship is actually helping me, putting me on my purpose, right? How is this maybe acting as a catalyst to my purpose? Okay. um Feels like some of you have been maybe putting more of your focus there versus like externally versus internally. And it's like a need to, turn that energy back towards you. Don't allow yourself to lose yourself to your connections. I've done that before. And it took so long and so much effort to get back on track, to, turn that momentum back the other direction towards myself. Right. So what energy, where are you at currently as it pertains to your North Node? So we have Nine of Wands. So this is a guarded energy, but this is also energy of not giving up. It feels like some of those of you that I'm speaking to, you're not a quitter by any means. Some of you may find that that you're really guarded, that maybe you have your guard up, that maybe you're blocked off, maybe you're trying to protect yourself. And that's the thing. If you find yourself trying to protect yourself from someone that you're with, that's just indication that that's not someone that you need to be with. And that's where some of you, like I said, are being asked to reassess who belongs, who needs to stay, who needs to go. And no longer ignoring that. If this person makes you feel fearful, if they make you feel anxious, if they make you feel worried, if they're bringing up all these negative emotions, it's not to say to bypass it and it's their fault, but it is to say that there's something there to look at. There's something that needs to change in, within whatever that is, whether it's a job, a relationship, a dynamic, a family, whatever that is for you. Okay. There's a need to shift. There's something needs to change here. Something's got to give. Okay. And that's just really the truth of it. And it's up to you what you do with it and whether or not you listen. Some of you, this is confirming what you already know. And you're being really asked, okay, to listen to, what's being said to you, what it is that you need to do, and then speak up. Okay. Speak up and voice what it is that you need. If you really don't want to, like, let's say, for example, for those of you where it's like, a connection, a relationship, that you're in a marriage or something, and your person doesn't support you, or they're not supporting you the way that you need, this is an indication to make sure that you're listening to what they need, but also listen to yourself about what you need and express that. And if they can't meet you halfway with what it is that you need, then this is an indication that it may be time to cut that connection, cut the cord with them. Okay, set boundaries with this person. If you don't want to end the connection, maybe there's a need to set boundaries. There's a need to, really communicate what it is that you need. How can we change this? And if they're not willing to change, if they don't want to hear you, then, that may be indication that you need to just consider, closing that whole chapter out altogether. Okay. It's going to be individual, and different for all of you. So clarifying the Nine of Wands is the Wheel of Fortune. This is beautiful. So this is where you're at currently. Okay. Where some of you are, finding yourself in this guarded energy or having your guard up when it comes to, a connection that you're in as it pertains to your North Node, and maybe finding it difficult to really step into that energy because you're constantly finding yourself on guard. Okay. But there's, again, something to learn here, because the Wheel of Fortune, yes, definitely can indicate good luck and good fortune and things changing and shifting in your favor on your behalf, but it also is an indication of a cycle. That's why there's a circle there. Okay, karmic cycle. This represents karma, meaning cause and effect. Karma isn't good or bad. It's about the energy you put out is what you will receive in return, and it's not going to always show up the same way. Okay, so it feels like where you guys are at currently is not only that, but in this space of, like I said, being resilient, working very hard, not giving up. It feels like the cancers that I'm speaking to, you're not a quitter. You don't give up very easily. And it feels like that is going to serve you. It is going to benefit you if you allow it to. Okay. It's all about what you do with the energy that you're currently experiencing. Okay. Some of you are really being asked to set more like boundaries. We already talked about that, but this is also what this card is indicative of as well, is setting boundaries, protecting your energy, especially from people that are trying to siphon it, trying to keep you stuck, trying to constantly, cause problems with you, create conflict in your life in order to keep you distracted from your destiny, to keep you distracted from your purpose. Okay. There's a need to set boundaries here and know that divine timing is at play. You don't need to focus on the karma that other people are going to get, because it's going to come to them automatically as a natural byproduct of whatever energy they're putting out. So for some of you that have been really focused on, someone receiving karma, or, things happening to them to make sure that they get their payback, their lick back, or, get paid back for whatever they've done, you don't need to put your focus there. You don't need to worry about that. You just need to protect your energy, so that way you don't get caught in the crossfire of someone else's karma, of someone else's bullshit that's coming back to them. Okay. So what is available, the energy that is available moving forward, we have the Fool. Okay. Brand new beginning, a fresh new start, clean slate. Okay. Feeling brand new again. All right. Some of you, that's what this is indicating. Okay. Some of you have been guarded where you're so close to being like, you know what, I'm fucking done. And if that's the energy that you're currently in, this is an indication that, that's going to benefit you. It's going to serve you. Things are going to turn in your favor once you take that next step to get to the 10, right? And drop the burden of whatever you've been holding on to, or whoever has been creating conflict or chaos in your life, right? For those of you that have been guided to, or been feeling like, you know what, I just need to focus on myself, redirect my focus back to my purpose and what I'm passionate about and what I love to do and all that. That is when things change. Is when you choose yourself, everything else chooses you too. Okay. So clarifying the Fool is, oh, beautiful. We have the Six of Pentacles and the Sun. So Leo energy here, as well as Earth energy. So this is indication that this is, again, what's available to you. Okay. That, for those of you, like I said, if you choose to get this divorce or break up with this person, let this person go, especially if it's not serving you, this is what's available to you on the other side of that. Okay. On the other side of you, again, making this decision, things turn in your favor. Your luck changes. Okay. Your fortune changes. You're growing, you're expanding. Jupiter is not only the planet of growth and luck and expansion and prosperity and abundance and all those good things, but it's also the planet of, again, expansion. Expansion isn't always easy, it's not always fun, okay, but that's the duality of it. That's the pro to the con, okay? So some of you, while yes, this can indicate a lot of good things, growth is still good too. It's just not always comfortable. It doesn't always feel good. All right. So for some of you where you're finding yourself, feeling like you're having a hard time or things just aren't working, allow yourself to know that things are happening exactly as they need to. Destiny is at play here. Divine timing is at play here. So you need to, in the right now, this is about continuing to persevere, push forward, take breaks as you need. But this is your indication that you're so close to not give up. You're so close to things turning for you, things shifting for you. Continue to protect your energy. And if you're being guided to leave someone behind that's preventing you from really stepping into your purpose, then make sure you detach yourself. Set boundaries. If you can't leave maybe the situation yet, this is an indication to set boundaries. Then do what you can do with where you are, okay? Because again, what's on the other side of that, of you doing that and allowing yourself to not give up and allowing things to turn when it's supposed to happen when it's supposed to happen without forcing it, that's when you have all the support you need. You step into a whole new life. You have brand new opportunities that present themselves to you, okay? Things that maybe have been cloudy for you or that you weren't aware of or you were unsure about becomes clear, okay? But not only that, you have brand new opportunities that are coming to you that are going to make you happy, that feel good, that are lighthearted, that are really positive, right? And any support that you need is available for you as well. This is also a card of karma, meaning all the positive energy you put out is ready to come back to you because this is what's ahead. So this is what's available to you, is a brand new start, a new life, a clean slate, right? One that you can actually be happy, one that you can shine, you can thrive, right? Because it feels like some of you are in a situation or feeling stuck in a situation where someone is just competing with you because they don't want to see you shine. They don't want to see you be great. They don't want to see you thrive, right? But in your ability, right, to continue to push forward and not give up, when things change, it puts you in this energy of not only having a brand new life, but the opportunity that you deserve to really shine bright the way you are supposed to, okay? As well as getting all the support that you need, all that positive energy that you've been sending out. It's giving you finally an opportunity for that to come back to you, right? All the good that you maybe been doing for other people, it's giving you an opportunity for that to be returned to you tenfold, okay? So where does spirit want you to focus for the remainder of 2024? We have the artist, okay? So this is about what you're creating. So this is a major arcana in the sense of this deck, but it's not like an actual major arcana, but the artist. Okay, so this is about the creation of life that what are you creating for yourself? What about your creativity are you focusing on, right? This is also a heavy indication of um focusing on what energy you're putting out, because your energy is very magnetic. You're creating right now. It feels like, cancers that I'm speaking to, your words are very powerful. The thoughts you think are very powerful. They are very magnetic, meaning that if you are constantly thinking about bad things or worried and fearful about the future, that is what you're essentially drawing to you, because that's the energy in you. So that's why it feels like spirit wants you to focus on what you're creating. So it's not only focusing on what you want your life to look like going forward, but it's also about being mindful of the thoughts you're thinking, because you create your reality with your mind. Okay, so whatever you focus on the most, whatever energy is more dominant, that is what's going to essentially win. And what do I mean by win? I mean, when I say win, it means what energy is going to make itself manifest. Whatever energy is stronger, okay, is what you're going to see presented physically. So that's saying that if your focus is the energy towards doubt, towards fear, towards worry, towards things aren't working, or I'll never get out of this, or whatever that is, if that energy and vibration is stronger than your belief that I can free myself, I can keep going, things are turning in my favor, it's just a matter of time, the universe does have my back, I do have beautiful things coming to me because I'm a good person. If that energy is less dominant than the other one, then obviously that's going to win. So whichever one is stronger is what is going to win. So you're being asked to really focus on what it is you're creating. Your thoughts and your words create your reality. It creates the reality you're experiencing or you will experience. So spirit wants you to really focus on writing your own narrative, changing your own narrative, okay? And that's clarified by temperance. So this is Sagittarius major arcana here, okay? So this could be, for some of you, your Sagittarius North Node stepping into the Sagittarius energy, okay? All the signs are energy. We are all energetic beings. That means that you can choose to embody the energy of any sign at any given time. That is why when some people ask you, oh, what's your sign? Oh, I thought you were this. That's because you may be embodying a different sign's energy, a different sign's traits. So you can always use that to your benefit as well. Okay. To focus on, I'm going to focus on balance. I'm going to focus on, staying even keeled through this period of transition. I'm going to, be patient for the process. I'm going to shift my focus onto what I'm creating, onto, maybe spending my time doing something else, maybe spending my time focusing on my artistry, my creativity. Okay. So it's not only about what you're creating energetically, but also what you're creating, like, on paper, or your whatever art it is, whatever that you create. Spirit is asking you to put that focus on that, because that's where maybe your balance is going to be had. That's how you restore balance, is by shifting your focus onto something else. Okay. But also there's healing that can be had in doing so. Okay. So focus on, being patient at this time. Focus on allowing yourself to transmute any negative energies that come to you, transmute them into positivity. How can you maybe use a situation that feels difficult or that feels hard? How can you channel that energy into your art, for those of you that make music, maybe how can you channel that energy of whatever it is you're experiencing? How can you channel that into your music? Maybe there's a song that can be created that's going to be a big hit, right? And by you continuing to persevere and push through that, that's where things change. That's where you get recognized. That's where you get the lucky break you've been waiting for, because by way of you allowing yourself to channel whatever energy that you're experiencing, or that, that you don't enjoy, instead of just throwing it. It's like the same as if someone throws like a rock at you, right? And you keep having people throw rocks at you. Instead of throwing the rocks back, you take the rocks and you build a wall. It's giving me that energy. Okay. So that's what it feels like. Why spirit is asking you to focus here. Okay. Is focusing on, how can I transmute this energy into my art, into creativity, into something positive that'll benefit me, that will also heal me in that same process. Because I feel like some of you may not realize that by allowing yourself to transmute any negative energy and put it into your art, how can you, create an art piece out of that, or whatever it is that you do creatively, to channel that will also bring you healing as well. Okay. And it also shifts your focus off of what's happening, to where you're not constantly feeding, this energy of lack or I don't have. It helps you, it helps restore your patience in your process, and knowing that things will turn and shift right when it needs to, because that's what this card speaks of as well, as divine timing is at play. So for those of you that are like, I know I'm so close, when is my fucking breakthrough? This is spirit saying, you're right, you are very close, but you need to be patient. You need to just keep working on your artistry. You just need to, keep transmuting this negative energy, because you can't fast track this. You can't just bypass the process. You can't take a shortcut. So you might as well just learn how to be more in balance and flow as you go. Okay. It's just a matter of how you choose to see it. And that's what I'm here for, to give you an alternative perspective to consider. All right. A higher perspective to consider, more soulful, spiritual perspective to consider. So the energy that is supporting you at this time is the Four of Cups. Okay. So this is, again, another card of speaking of rejection. So for some of you, if you're feeling rejected by someone, or maybe someone's breaking up with you, or they intend to, whatever, this is your indication that it's actually benefiting you. Okay. Some of you didn't realize that I deserve better anyway. So they actually did me a fucking favor by rejecting me, or turning me down, or leaving me, or whatever, not realizing that I'm fucking going places. Okay. I'm going places because I've learned what it was teaching me. I've gained so much wisdom from this experience. Okay. They've taught me so many things about myself. Right. So this is what's supporting you, is helping you to never settle. Some of you, whatever you're experiencing, it's happening in that way to teach you to never settle again, to never just maybe take the first thing that's thrown to you, because you deserve so much more. And that's sometimes the enemy, or whatever, that part of us that just, the ego that attracts those lower vibrational energies. It helps you decide that I'll never just take the first offer again. I won't just take, anything that's given to me. We do that out of survival. When we take sometimes the very first thing that's presented to us, it doesn't always mean that it's what we're supposed to have. But the enemy will do that as a test to see, are you willing to just, what I mean by the enemy is the spirit of jealousy, the spirit of condemnation, the spirit of judgment. All those are spirits. Okay. So when we feel like that, sometimes those opportunities that come, it's just essentially seeing how much do you value yourself? Are you willing to just take the first thing given to you, knowing that it's not what you want, or you knowing that they're not paying you enough, or they're not, you know what I'm saying? Same like a job, right? Are you willing to just take the first offer, knowing that the hours suck, knowing that you'll lose time with your family, or you'll lose time with being able to be creative? They're not paying you enough. Are you just going to take the first thing given to you? Like for others of you too, this could also be a job, okay? Where, some of you may have gotten fired, some of you may have gotten let go of, and not realizing that that was ultimately a blessing in disguise, because it's really putting you on path to really create the life that you want, okay? For really to have the your artistry or your creativity shine in such a way. For some of you, not you may not realize that if you lost a job, or someone, whatever this is, that some of you are feeling rejected by, or like you went on an interview and let's say they didn't give you the job, and you guys are feeling down about yourself, you're feeling rejected, where you're like, I don't even want to try again. Some of you are not seeing the blessing in that. You're not seeing how it's actually supporting you. It's actually supporting, the life that you want to live, the life you deserve to live. But again, you're not going to get there if you don't keep going. If you're not allowing yourself to see the lesson, what is this teaching me? What is this potential rejection actually trying to show me? How is it trying to help me? Okay, if you allow yourself to look at those things, ask those questions, you'll then see like, oh shit, this is actually more of a blessing and a blessing in disguise than it was to my detriment. Okay, so clarifying the Four of Cups, we have the Six of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Okay, so a lot of cup energy here, very emotional, and it makes sense. Cancer, right? So this is again about whatever rejections you've had in the past. It was only bringing you to everything you asked for, everything you've been wishing for, everything you want. That is what's supporting you, is allowing yourself to see that rejection was only redirection and ultimate divine protection. Okay, that it was only taking me to the life that I know I deserve to live. How it was only taking me to creativity, to help me innovate, to help me, maybe restructure my plan, right? It isn't just because we're told no sometimes, it doesn't mean you're not worthy, right? The universe never says no. The universe only gives us three answers: yes, not right now, or there's something better. So this is Spirit's way of indicating, letting you know that something that maybe you're feeling that you were turned down about or rejected by, whatever, doesn't mean that you weren't worthy of having that thing, especially if you know that you really wanted it. But that could be easily the universe's way of saying, we just wanted you to have more than what you thought you could have. We just wanted to show you that we had something way bigger and better in store for you. So if you allow yourself to see that anytime you're rejected from the past, okay, or even if you're experiencing something in the past, for some of you, it's showing you how you're bringing your past forward. If you're constantly thinking about, well, I was rejected before, and so, that's what you expect, that's why you're feeling rejected now then. And for some of you, that is what it's teaching you. For some of you, that is part of what this supportive energy is showing you, how you're bringing your past forward. Anytime you take a past experience or something that you remember happening, and you automatically think like, oh, I'm scared to take this interview because I'm afraid they're gonna turn me down again, they're not gonna call me back, and then it happens, that's just showing you how powerful you are. You manifested that. So simultaneously, if you manifest someone rejecting you based on a past experience, that also shows you how powerful you are, that I don't have to do that again. I don't have to choose that again for myself. Okay, so it's just a matter of how you choose to look at it. But it's essentially putting you back in your power to see that this rejection was only bringing me closer to everything I know I deserve to have. That was really more in alignment for me than anything that I thought I wanted. Okay, so I feel like some of you, it's really important for you to know that it's, anything that you feel like past you, or whatever, it was just only essentially bringing you closer to what you really deserve. Okay, instead of half-assing, or only giving you some of what you asked for, is trying to give you everything you want, everything it is in alignment for you. Okay, so a sign or synchronicity that would be beneficial for your Cancer North Node placements for the remainder of 2024 is the butterfly. So some of you may be seeing butterflies already. That could be a spirit animal for you as is. Others of you, this is one that you can adopt if you choose to. Okay, if it feels right in your spirit, if intuitively it feels in alignment, then take it. Okay, so we have divine transformation, death to an old version and or life, major ending. That's what I'm saying. For some of you, that is what this is talking about. There's a major ending on the horizon, but it's in alignment. It's happening the way it needs to. Okay. Um, Nothing will be the same after this. Quantum leap, new timeline, new cycle, fresh start, new beginnings. New timeline, fresh start, new fucking beginnings. new timeline, new start, new beginnings. Okay? Like it's repeating messages here. So I'm just trusting that, you know, the cancers that need the messages are picking up what I'm putting down here. Okay? So if you're seeing butterflies, or if you start seeing butterflies, I get the time of year, you know, they're not really out, but when you start seeing butterflies, let that be an indication that a new life is on its way. Others of you, that's letting you know that if something hasn't ended yet, that it's on the horizon, because it's time to step into that new life. It's time to step into that new version that some of you have been asking for, that you've been waiting for, but you can't fast track it. You can't bypass your healing. Okay. And that's why some of you are being asked to focus on this. Focus on maybe having whatever it is you're working on creatively is also beneficial to your healing journey as well. Okay. So for some of you, that's how you're going to heal yourself. How do I heal? How do I do this? Some of you is focusing on your creativity. Like, you really don't know. But if that's all the energy you have to put towards that is by, you know, transmuting that energy into your craft, right? That is how you heal. It's going to be different for everybody. And it's not always going to happen in a straight line. Healing is not linear. It does not go in a straight line. Healing can take you back and bring you up, bring you down, and all around. That is what healing is like. It's literally a fucking roller coaster. Okay. So like I said, if you're either seeing butterflies or you start seeing butterflies, let that be an indication that life is about to change in a really, really beautiful way. And it's not going to look like everybody else's. If you notice, butterflies don't always typically look the same. They fly differently. Other ones have chipped wings, they have holes in them, or, you know, different little their you know, the symbols on them, the patterns, all that stuff is different. Okay? So just understand that your journey is not meant to look like everybody else's. There is beauty in that. Embrace that. Okay? But there's an indication that it's time to let go of the old life to step into the new. Reassess who needs to go, what needs to stay, in order for you to really step into your North Node, to really pursue your purpose the way that you know that your soul is guiding you to. Okay? Time is now. We can't wait. We can't sleep on it anymore. We can't act like we don't know. We can't act like we don't see it, like we don't feel it, like you don't feel that fucking pull. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to hurt. The more you ignore it, it's just going to be more painful. Okay? So, Cancers, this is what I have for you. I trust that those who needed the messages received them. If you did enjoy, if you did resonate, please like, share, subscribe, follow, all the good things. Y'all know what to do. And I love y'all so much. Until next time, howdy.